Bonjour, hello. Look, I just de-dusted this and it's all coming back again. Ugh. I don't know, what can you do, eh? Anyway, bonjour. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night. As he says in the Truman Show. Yeah. Okay, so this is video number 1 of hopefully 2. I think it's only going to be 2 videos, but we'll see how we get on with this one. I've got 75 things to show you. This is all, let me just turn down Nemo's Dreamscapes a little bit, because I get a feeling it might be a little bit too high there. Anyway, so this is everything that I've got that's got some colour in it. So, and the other lot will be all the things that are gold and silver coloured. So that was like kind of like the easiest way to split it up. I did think about like old and new or costume and, you know, like, but I just thought like, nah, let's go by colours. Why not? So this is going to be a very colourful spread today. Very colourful. And I'm just going to pick things out at random. So they're going to be no particular order, but I am going to start with some chunky things just to kind of have as our base. So I have written like my estimated prices on all of these as well. Some of these are just a bit of fun. Again, always looking out for things that are a little bit Jackie Brazil-esque. Obviously this isn't, but it's got some nice like swirly resin beads on it, and then these nice big chunky kind of almost citrine-y looking ones, and then these kind of plastic molded ones. I like these like disco ball type ones. I just thought that was a bit unusual. I've got some vintage lucite. I've got 2 things of vintage lucite. Don't ask me how I can tell the difference between lucite and acrylic, but that's acrylic. This is lucite. Lucite, I don't know, tends to feel, how can I describe? Almost like a bit grittier or something, and acrylic tends to be a bit smoother, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. And then that's like thermoset plastic. I don't know, you know, with a lot of things it's just a combination. Anyway, this is vintage, I think probably 1960s. I quite like this pink colour, and I like that it's got an almost like it's a big, you know, I've been looking at marbles recently. Like if there's any money in marbles, there's money in marbles. I just don't know which ones. But it just reminded me of a big shooter marble. And I just really like the shapes on these, and the little spacer beads add a little bit of sparkle to it as well. Thought that was quite cool. And then this one I really love the colour on, and the shape of these beads as well. These are really like marbles, like with the little onion skin twists. This is so very kitsch and camp. I really like that, with the gold spaces in between, all plastic apart from the findings. But I just thought that was a really lovely colour. Do like a bit of blue. Okay, combining all of those colours is this one. This is crazy. It's got ceramic beads in it. So these are ceramic, and then these I think are painted wood, and then it's got this weird like plastic loop thing, and then a really unusual clasp. Like it's 2 plastic hooks, and you just have to get like the positioning just right, and they go together quite easily and come away quite easily. But then if you're pulling, like they don't come away at all. I thought that was quite clever. I haven't seen a clasp like that before. Really unusual. So again, really like the beads on this. Got a nice clank to it, and a nice statement necklace. Right, unusual. Would you like some hair, bastards? Go on then. So I did pick a few up. I thought this one was really quite funny. I think it's probably 1950s. So this has got a wood base with papier-mâché on top. It has obviously been through the wars a bit. It's been painted on. But how cute, these little cartoon cat and dog. I really like that his eyes are crossed as well. And it just reminds me of, you know, when like you would just draw as a kid, like you would draw the shapes of a cat and a dog. And that's basically kind of what you would draw, wouldn't you? So he's kind of zone out. He's seen through time and he can't see anything. But it's fun though. And then this one, right, this one is by Jean-Louis David, and he is a designer from LYON. So this is plastic, but it's made to look like a faux kind of tortoiseshell. If this was tortoiseshell, well, one, you wouldn't really be allowed to sell it. You see, it says made in France there as well. But also it'd be super expensive. But this is quite cool. I think probably 1980s, maybe even a bit earlier. Oh God, that's got a nice spring, isn't it? That's a nice spring in that. And it kind of covers like half the scalp, so you could also wear it as like a bit of a fascinator. So if you wanted it for summer, you could maybe add like some shells or something, or some like sprigs coming out of it. But really nice, unusual starfish kind of shape. So, and you know, a French designer, pretty cool. I did go mad with green clip-on earrings, and I don't know why. I just had this thing of like, well, eventually some of them are going to be Bakelite, aren't they? So let's get them all together and see, shall we? These ones I knew wouldn't be. These are 1960s. These are very mod. There's a seam around, so you know they're not Bakelite, and they feel wrong for them as well. I'm surprised these didn't say like made in Germany, because I really would have thought they would have been. But they are cool. Definitely very mod go-go 60s look. And kind of a nice apple green as well. I've got some darker green ones. These ones are painted on wood. These are quite lightweight as well. And you can just see the wood grain coming through, which I quite liked. I don't know if these would be earlier than the other ones. They have got brass backs to them. Again, nothing written on them. And these ones, I was really hoping they would be Bakelite, but they're not. They are an early plastic though. They are glued on. It's just, I think like, because the fixtures on them, like this has actually been beveled in. So like they've cut some of it away and then sunk it in rather than just like glue it on the back like those ones were. So it's got a little bit more detail to it, but there is a seam around the side. So this is still a molded plastic and not Bakelite, but they could certainly get away with a kind of Fakelite look. Again, very kind of mod looking, rather groovy. And then these ones I was really hoping they would be, but they're not. They're not. They're still an early plastic. Bakelite, these ones. See, not Bakelite. But again, they could really pass, couldn't they? I like this kind of stepped, almost deco-ish look to them. They've got kind of an 80s does deco sort of look. So it might be that, or even 1950s. But I really like that mottling. I think that's really unusual. And a mixture of like shades of green. I've got a coffee here, I'm gonna have some. And then I bought some funsies ones. Where's my other ones? I bought apples. I can't find the actual silver ones right now. We'll get to them, don't worry, it's all here. These I just thought were fun. That's why I really put a £5 on them. Because I think they're modern, but they're this lovely shiny resin. Cute and kitsch little apples. So I wonder whether these are handmade ones and someone's taken them off their card perhaps. But they're so much fun, aren't they? If you could hear that ba-ding just then, that was my sister texting me. She's having trouble with an eBay scammer at the moment. So that's always fun, isn't it? Right, shall we get on with some more kitchen camp things? Yes, I did buy some more earrings. I bought red ones this time. So this one actually says made in France. This is acrylic. Déposé, I think, like made in France, déposé, I think that means that when it's made in France, but for a foreign market, I think. But cute little kitsch bow. That's kind of fun. Imagine wearing that like on your collar as a tiny little bow tie. How cute would that be? And then some 1980s. Again, these are not Bakelite, but they can certainly kind of have that look. I like that they've got this little almost like a flat pyramid. Is that how you would describe it? And again, these are, I've got that West German 80s look as well. Or there's it's like a Danish brand, like something in Butchman, something like that. Which do things in plastic as well. I think I've had a bangle and a brooch by them before, but they're not signed, but I'm pretty sure these are 80s and kind of kitchen fab. Little plastic corner going on there. Let's add some more red plastic grips. I mean, there's some things that just like, I don't know, I just can't help it. I just can't help but pick them up. And I thought, again, this is so kitsch. I think this is more 1950s perhaps, just judging by the brass pin on the back and the dirt on the front. But it's so much fun, isn't it? So much fun. You don't get a lot for them, but I just think it's camp. They're hilarious. I love it. I love it. Okay. This is quite a nice one. So this is celluloid. Let me just put the pin on it properly before I accidentally stab myself, because I really don't actually want to stab myself. So this is 1920 celluloid hat stick or flash, and it definitely has this lovely Art Deco shape to it, and the pin is quite nice. So you pull and then push it back down. Oh, pull to open it up, and then push it back down, and you can like adjust it. But I think that is really nice. Very cool long flash. That sticking out the top of a hat would be quite fabulous, or on the side of a lapel. It's got really lovely mottling to it. Again, this kind of faux tortoiseshell, faux amber kind of thing. I love that. Lay it across the starfish there. In one of the markets, I met a guy that dealt in like African and Indian silver, and I was going to take this to him like the next day when we went, but I completely forgot. But I think this is African. It's certainly, these bits all test to silver, and I think the wood might be ebony. I like the bead cap is just coming away there, just needs gluing back on, that's okay. But yeah, I think this is an ebony wood. Apparently the test is to float it in water, but obviously when it's attached to all the silver and glass beads, obviously you can't do that. But these beads and the bead caps and these lovely etched beads are all testing as silver. Somebody's lovingly polished them all up. That wasn't me, that was somebody else, but fair play. They've done a really nice job on that. But yeah, bit unusual. Let me know if you think it is also African, or what you think the wood might be. Can you see the grain and stuff on there? I think it hasn't been dyed. Like, I think that is what its natural colour is. But unusual. Do you reckon African? It's a shame I didn't go back and ask, really. Oh well. Some alpaca Mexico, which is stamped 925, but it isn't 925. These don't sell for a huge amount. They were very big in the 70s and again in the 90s. This one is a tiny one, stamped alpaca Mexico there, and also stamped 925 there, which it really shouldn't be. When I was buying it off the person, they were like, l'argent, l'argent. And I'm like, oh no, c'est, il n'est pas l'argent. Or ce n'est pas l'argent. They're like, no, 925, 925. See, I've got small wrists, and that is small even on me. I could probably only just do it up. So this is more of a kiddies one or a teens one. So it is a tiny, tiny one. So when she was trying to charge me like 10 euros for it, I was like, oh, no, ce n'est pas l'argent. But it is pretty. It's got all this enamel work and the mother of pearl inlay. So it is very pretty, but it is also teeny tiny. Teeny tiny for teeny tiny people. Oh, this is cool. Right. So Agatha Paris is a nice Parisian brand. And this is sort of a replica of an Edwardian negligee style. So it's discernible by the little doggy that says Agatha on it as well. But this is a really handsome, it is high-end costume jewellery, I would say. So it's not precious metals, precious stones. So these will just be like crystals and CZs. But this is negligee style. So dangles down and then one is slightly longer than the other. My brother was telling me that the word negligee actually means neglect. So it doesn't make sexy negligee sound quite so sexy, does it? It's kind of like for orphans in the storm, waifs and strays kind of thing. But there you go. Yeah, Agatha Paris, nice brand to look out for. I think over here it might be sold in TK Maxx and perhaps John Lewis and places like that. You know, like department stores, rather than them having their own store, which they probably would do in France. I'm literally just picking things at random, so I'm going to have some more plastic for you. There's going to be a lot of plastic on this table, by the way. Again, cannot resist them because I think they're cute, even though they don't go for loads. But this is a nice reverse carved and reverse painted, probably 1940s. Lovely white rose there. It's obviously got scratches, it's been through a lot. But again, this feel of lucite, that feels similar, that doesn't feel similar. Acrylic feels heavier, this feels lighter and almost like, yeah, like there's a, like there could be a grain, but there isn't a grain. There's a graininess to it. So there we go. A plastic ring, yes, of course I can give you a plastic ring. This one's fab, it is not signed, though. Why isn't it signed? It should be, it's cool. I've got it as like a tiger ring. Again, this is acrylic, so these feel similar. That feels different to that. Like, it almost feels like more dense. That's what it is, it feels more dense. But yeah, I kind of like this sort of pinky shimmer to it as well. It's really unusual, it's quite the statement. It's unfortunate that it is not signed Jackie Brazil. We all know that by now. If you know, you know, and by now you know, don't you know? You know. Correct. Excellent. I've got some more Agatha Paris. Yes, I do. I've got two groovy pendants, I think. Yep. So I put this one as a bauble pendant. It almost looks a bit like a perfume bottle, doesn't it? This one is signed there. It would have come on a cord. One of them did come on a cord and the cord was like quite nasty, so I got rid. But this one was just as is like this, so you can sling it on anything really. You could even put it on like a, God, would you have that as a charm and a charm bracelet? That would be pretty bonkers, wouldn't it? It would maybe work, be kind of cool. Let's see if I can find the other one for you. Meanwhile, I've got this one, which are, I love this little kitty. It's so cute. It's silver plated with acrylic and little sparkly eyes. I just love that it's got a proper dangle to it. It's a shame it's not silver, obviously, and that there's no make, but it has got like a lalique kind of look to the frostedness. It is definitely plastic and not glass. But he's got a really, really cute little nose and whiskers and little sparkly eyes, and I love him. He's totes adorbs. Right, this was quite a nice surprise. I found this one on the last day, like literally on the morning before I was getting on the plane. Myself and Melitine, so one of my brother's thrifting friends, we just had a quick look around the little vintage shops, and this was a vintage clothing shop. She didn't have a lot of jewellery, but I still ended up buying like 3 or 4 things from her, which was cool. This is by J.L. Blin Paris. That's like Jean-Louis Blin Paris, 80s and 90s designer. Some of his listed prices are £700 plus. Honestly, absolutely crazy. I don't know if people have paid that. Sold on eBay, there's really not that many, even worldwide, but there's ones listed like on other sites, like on Etsy and things. I think I even saw one at around £1,000, which is insane. insane. But I thought this was actually quite beautiful, really unusual. I really love that there's detail on the back as well. You can tell it's got really, really nice construction. And then these kind of opalescent glass beads, and then these little sort of iridescent enamel bullseyes, almost like target sights. But yeah, you can tell that it's like French Art Nouveau kind of inspired, can't you? And then it's got like a touch of the Gothic as well. And then from the same shop, I bought this one. This is Gas Bijou. So this is, again, a contemporary brand. Gold plating and things, sometimes real gems. I'm not sure if it is on this one. That's this little silver plated moon. And then that's not real coral, you can tell because there's seams on there. But super cute. Obligatory now. Yeah, gold plated, so brand new. This stuff is quite pricey. There you go, it says Gas Bijou. I did also get some earrings, but when I got them home I found out that they were broken, so I'm not showing you those because it's just in my shame pile. But yeah, that's another good name to look out for, and you never know, you might find them over here. This is the other pair of apples. So this is cool. So again, this is silver and silver red apples. So silver enamel red apples, stud earrings. NOC. What have I? Oh, new on card. Oh my god, I don't even understand my own codes. But yeah, tige means posts, silver. So these are silver posts. I haven't tested the front because I didn't kind of want to take them off the card. It's got all the original sticky gunk on there from the stickers. But a little bit of enamel. Cute. These are probably, what, 1940s, 1950s maybe? Just judging by like the age of the card and the style of writing and stuff. Lovely. Another LYON designer. So this is by Momo Fuente. It's a LYON artist. They are a current artist and they do some very kind of kooky things, political things, installations, exhibitions and stuff. And they do have a range of sort of like clothing-y bits and jewellery bits and bits of art that you can buy and wear and stuff. So kind of lucky to sort of find this in a way. So it's signed, and there's this cute little hand-painted cat. Obviously when I saw that it was a cat, I'm like, oh, I'll have that one. And then to find out that it's signed and it's a LYON designer. Pretty cool. Isn't she pretty? Got a lovely face. I'm gonna put the kitty cats together. We've got a little kind of cat and tiger corner there. A shoal of fish. Would you like a shoal of fish? You can have a shoal of fish. It's just a little silver plated pendant. Quite black when I found it, but I thought that was really good fun, really unusual. I've not seen anything like that before. I like how they're all following this big fish here. God knows where they're going. But there we are. That's the back. Nothing exciting, no marks or anything. You would need like, I mean, I suppose I could do it. Just put a silver tone chain just through there and there. It's so much fun. Not seen anything like that. Can have a little fish corner over here. Oh, in that case, let's add this little bit of red coral or spiny oyster, I think it might be, with one of those spiral shells in the middle. These are on sterling silver hooks as well. Quite pretty, aren't they? Nice for summer. And then these are acrylic backs. Cute though. I love the spiral swirls in the middle. Very beachy. Beachy. Oh, actually, let me show you this before I definitely... I don't want to put this on top of things. So I picked this up in, was it the Emmaus or one of the other ones? So this is wood and mother of pearl. So Vietnam, so it's like a souvenir piece. But I really like that it's mother of pearl inlay there. And then it's just a cute little hand mirror that you can set down. Just thought that was sweet. Very sweet. You can just about see it there, can't you? Another big chunky one. I've had this brand before. They're nothing exciting. They're called T Street. I think it's Chinese made, but Chinese made for, possibly Chinese made for the French and British. Because I think I had a ring with them before and I'm sure it said T Street and then like France or something like that on it. Not particularly exciting, but I just kind of liked the beads on it again. I liked this sort of mixture, like buttons. That kind of looks like an eye, and then it just says no limit for no reason whatsoever. But there we go. It's silly and it's fun. And so I picked it up because someone else out there might like it as well. Oh, it's popular, these cardstone scarabs. Art Deco revival, but they're or Art Deco Egyptian revival, but these are probably more modern, made for tourist market, but that's okay. They're still quite cool. They're quite crude, as you can see. It's probably just done on like fishing wire, but they're quite nice. Again, if you're going on holiday, perhaps if you're going abroad to Egypt, then you might like to wear one of them. Oh, another little hair bastard, why not? This one's a gorgeous one. So this one, proper Art Nouveau celluloid. So again, like an early plastic. This has got a very old brass clip on it. Can I get, there we go. So very old, probably 1920s or even earlier, but lovely shape on that one. Again, like a faux tortoiseshell. Really super pretty. And another one, go on. Is that it for? No, and I've got another one. Yeah, I kind of went a little bit crazier on like the hair things this time. Because, you know, while they're there and I thought they were interesting, I might as well. Right, so I think this is like 1950s or 60s, really, really thick acrylic plastic. It just kind of reminded me a bit of like strawberry shortcake as well. And this is like, it's got a nice 3D effect in there in the resin. Ooh, that's a good spring, isn't it? That's a good spring. I mean, it might be later than that. It might be 1970s possibly, but I've just estimated it at that just because of the kind of design and things. But it's fun. And then this one is definitely much older again, kind of a similar-ish age to that, although I've put a little bit later on that one. This one also says made in France on the back there. And I like this twist look on that one. That's a cool one. Right, let's have some more French stuff, shall we? Like Frenchy French stuff. And obviously a bit of coffee. Right, this one. Parfum Christian Dior. Yes, we've got some Christian Dior. Some designer. This would have come like, I think it might have come in an advent calendar. Possibly. I vaguely remember having, I think I had a pendant, just the pendant before, perhaps, a long time ago. And I'm pretty sure that I found out that it was from the advent calendar, I think, but please do correct me if you know any different. So yeah, this is Christian Dior. Obviously it's not Premier Dior, but it still is signed and it is still collectible, so I will still pick it up. Thank you very much. Not signed, and it's a real shame because I really quite like this one. This one is super pretty. So this is silver plate with enamel, and it's got these cutest little flowers. They almost look like cartoon roses or something, don't they? With this sort of foiled back enamel. I think that's absolutely lovely. But yeah, it's a shame it's not silver. Obviously it'd be worth a lot more if it was. I've done a Google image search on it, can't really find anything, which is a shame because you would think that you know, that's a bit of work gone into that. That's quite lovely. But hey ho, what can you do? Right, we're 30 minutes in, come on. Right, this is a resin molded cherub. That's what it says on there. You can tell by the back. I see it's also been painted on there as well. Reasonably modernish clasp on that one. Definitely from like, say, between 80s and now. But he's kind of cute. I would maybe want to repaint him if I got him. Maybe like spray him gold or something. Or neon pink. So crafters out there, do you fancy having a go on that one? I think that could be quite a lot of fun. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, this is beautiful. I went back to this a few times going like, are you sure that's not Lalique? Like, can the name on it just change to Lalique? I mean, it is still a good brand. So, is it Cabochard? Is a perfume, a nice expensive French perfume. And these, there's a plain gold coloured one that goes for around about the between 70 and 100 pounds. But this one is so much like Lalique. I'm sure. Beautiful Lalique style frosted glass. Look at that. I mean, like, you would think that it was, wouldn't you? It's got a lovely glow, a lovely iridescence in a way to it. I love that. I really do love that. Honestly, if it had said Lalique, I would be crying. It's still good, but honestly, that's, you would swear. I have 2 Lalique pendants, both of them hearts. And yeah, maybe I should just like compare. Maybe it's made by the same factory or something. Another Agatha Paris, this one is also a heart. It's got lovely like sunflowers or daisies, would you say? I don't know, I'm gonna go with daisies. But super pretty, isn't it? Again, just signed on the top there, Agatha Paris. Pretty little heart. I like hearts. I like red hearts the best, and then blue ones, and then black ones. If you're asking, which you weren't. Great. I got a little mouse. It's a proper little fur mouse. I think probably 1940s. This is real fur as well. And then that's leather. And then I don't know what this end bit is. I think it's plastic. And then a little leather tail. He would be cute if only he wasn't made out of probably rabbit. It's a rabbit bollock. There we go. I've decided that. He can sit on the kitty cats over there. Lovely, isn't it? Oh, this is quite sweet. So a little bit of hand-painted slate. So this one's, you know, someone's little art project. But cute little, I'm going to say a bowl of petunias, just because petunia is funny and it's a Douglas Adams thing, isn't it? Oh no, not again. Lovely. Couple more Egyptian revival bits actually. I've got, is it 2? Yeah. But one of them's been augmented, shall we say. This one's relatively modern, but it's really small. It's really small. It's got an extender on it, but it's an extender. But again, like, this is kid size one, so I can probably if I undo the extender, so I can't quite do it up with the extender. It's fine, but I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because you're wearing it like that, aren't you? But I thought that was fun. It's a shame though that it's not, you know, all beautiful gemstones and set in gold, but we can't have it all, can we? And then this one's fun. So this is unfortunately not, well, I think it might be a low grade silver because there is a mark there. So it's probably an 800 silver, but it's not 925 silver, put it that way. Now these normally have a scarab in the middle, scarab with the wings. But obviously someone went, I don't want the scarab, I want a ladybird. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute actually. I'm like, yeah, I can appreciate that. So I think that's glass. Yeah, that's glass. And I just thought, you know, someone kind of went through the thing of like, oh, I want a ladybird. And yeah, I appreciate them for that. Why not? Why not? Cute little chain. Right, this has had some things to it. I don't think any of these parts originally came together. So I don't think that this little padlock key intaglio reverse carved glittery heart came on this chain, because this chain is quite cute and ornate. And then this chain wouldn't have this clasp. So it's a little bit of a hybrid, shall we say. But it's still very pretty. I really like the pendant. And I might change out the chain or the clasp at some point. I mean, like, the chain is okay for this pendant, but I think it kind of takes away a little bit. It should be simple. I don't know. What do you think? It's still a pretty little glass pendant anyway. And then I've got this little pendant. So this is a turquoise carved hand. And I'm pretty sure it's turquoise, even though there's very little like banding or anything to it. But there is some like, I'm pretty sure it's more stone than it is glass, and it's certainly not a plastic or anything. I don't know, maybe it is glass because there is sort of a mold line. I don't know. I don't know. But it's interesting anyway, and I think that would be quite nice. Say if you had a few pendants on a little chain together and you had like a little cluster going on. We've got some more rings for you. This one Melitine picked up for me. How very kind. And so yeah, this is a reverse carved but rather attractive young lady. She's got beautiful hair. That's quite nice. Carved into what looks like the magnetic one. The name escapes me right now. You know what I mean. Yes, you do. And then this one I put as a morning style ring. It is glass, but that very much has like an almost like Whitby Jet kind of Victorian morning sort of look to it. I love that it's so big. And all these Baroque swirls and everything. That's cool. I mean, it might be French Jet, which obviously, you know, it's quite possible. French Jet is like a style of glass making, where it's like made in layers, so it kind of shatters differently to normal glass. Normal glass would chip, whereas like this sort of more shatters in layers. So there. This I picked up because I hoped that the chain might be silver, because it certainly has a very good chance of it being silver, but it wasn't. But the actual pendant itself is quite cute as well, so not silver. It is costume, but it's cute little umbrella and bonnet and star. No maker on it, but just fun. Just fun. Oh God, Walking in a Winter Wonderland is on. Some more not Jackie Brazil, which is a shame because like I'm pretty sure I've had identical ones like this but as studs. Again, these are acrylic. I'll just check again. No sign. With Jackie Brazil ones, sometimes it's only the one that is signed, so check all sides on both. These are sterling silver hooks though, so that's pretty good. And fab. These are kind of nice and Christmassy, aren't they? Lovely colour red. I'm gonna stick these over here as well. Oh, another kitty cat. Go on then. The kitty cat corner. Just a cute 1950s, probably lucite. This is the lucite that has like a little shimmer to it. So there's 2 layers of lucite. Little cute sleeping cat. Love it. A couple more brooches. Oh, and I've got another plastic brooch. This one can go over by the fishes and things. Cute little butterflies. I put 1970s on this one, possibly 1960s, 70s perhaps. And then this is very kind of 80s, 90s, but gold plated is really nice quality, but this really fun harlequin, and harlequins were very much a thing in the 80s, weren't they? Because, you know, everyone was dressing up in these diamond print like pants and big funny hat. Everyone. It was a big thing at the time. Remember when everyone dressed up as harlequins? This is cute. It's got a little cherub in it, little printed off cherub. Just put under glass there, so it's not plastic. That is actually like a bit of glass, and you can kind of see the old, it's almost like an old bit of newspaper. So I think this is probably 1920s, 1930s. Again, possibly low-grade silver, because it's not testing as sterling silver. It's got cute little flower detail just either side as well. Cherubim cherub. Yeah, let's do all the brooches. Pretty much all the brooches. This one, it's plastic and it's broken, but I still kind of loved it. And it doesn't want to come out of the thing. But it's a blue cactus, and what's not to love? It's had a pretty bad repair job done on it. See how it's like cracked there and there, and the crack's gone all the way through there and all the way through there. But again, I mean, it still deserves to be given a life because it's kind of fun. And then this one, just again, acrylic. It's got a nice bit of sparkle, relatively modern, but it's definitely got like an Art Deco or like 80s kind of look, and that would be quite handsome on a lapel also. Lapel, why not? Oh God, and one last, is that really, come on. I was meant to not be buying so many brooches, you know this, and yet I've still ended up buying, I think it's like 34 brooches over the weekend, but there you go. Art Deco celluloid brooch, look at that one though. That's a nice one, isn't it? Where there's like carved out. That would make a lovely patio. Really nice old pin. I was hoping because of the construction on the back that it might be Bakelite, but it doesn't matter how much I rub it and rub it and rub it. It does not smell of beautiful chemicals. Never mind. Right, let's do something else. I'm gonna have some bangles in a minute, but right after I show you this gorgeous, look at this, Art Deco glass necklace. I bet if you shone that up to the light, it would cast some rainbows, I reckon. I'm holding it under my light now. I think it's possibly more like crystal than glass. Can I see any air bubbles? Can't see any in that one. I mean, that does not necessarily mean that it's, you know, not glass, but certainly a possibility, because I do not see air bubbles in it. But I really love the shape of these ones. You got some nice cone ones, you got like the disco ball type ones, some rondelles, and then these beautiful ones. They're proper lovely chunks, aren't they? Really nice barrel clasp, which unfortunately does not say made in France on it. How rude. But never mind. Stunning though. Possibly Austrian. Could be Austrian crystal. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You can just hug my faux lalique style bow there. Right, bangles. This one is not cinnabar. I didn't think it would be, to be honest, because if only. I think this is like, it's too smooth on the inside as well to be cinnabar. Cinnabar is a layer of lacquer, dry it, layer of lacquer, dry it, layer of lacquer, dry it, go on like that for infinity, and then carve out like beautiful shapes. This isn't that. This will be lacquer over like the carved wood, so it's kind of like a cheats way of doing it, but it's still very pretty and very popular because obviously it's red, it's Chinese, it's got lovely designs on it, And then I managed to get Google Translate to translate one of these, and it says, "Heaven and earth last forever." And then I think the other one might have been like good luck or good fortune, probably. I mean, lots of things that are red kind of are a good luck thing, aren't they? That's really quite nice. I like that it's nice, big and chunky. Obviously, if it was real cinnabar, that would be immense. But hey ho, can't have it all. Got a couple of cute little pendants. So this is some Aloxal steel. So this is a mixture of like aluminium and steel. It makes it quite lightweight with a little glass intaglio pendant in the middle. This is Libra. I don't know if you can just see it there. And it's quite cute. It's got this like Baroque Rococo kind of a swirl to it, but it's probably 1960s or 70s, that one. This one is a modern one, but it's got this like gripois, so like poured enamel, poured glass kind of style to it. And these pink, purple and red stones. This is, yep, sterling silver, but probably quite modern. It's got the same kind of colours as that. Pretty. And then the hunt for Bakelite continued. It continued, and it didn't win with this one. So I put this one as a Fakelite because it certainly looks like it. But unfortunately not Bakelite, but still very pretty. And I like this kind of lavendery colour. That would look nice with like a minty green, wouldn't it? Yes, yes it would. And then I got this one. This one is sadly broken, which is a shame. So this is an Art Deco snake bangle. It's made from carved horn. So, and it is tiny, and I can see how they managed to break it, because obviously they were trying to put it on and then they've snapped it in that way. So you can see where they've snapped it there and there, and they've glued it back together. So it is for the smaller wrist. I maybe wouldn't want to try it. I would maybe just, I don't know, what other use could you have for that? For an Art Deco tiny snake bangle. Could you use it in your hair maybe? Quite unusual. But yeah, it was a shame, but I was like, I can't leave him. I can't leave him and get lonely. Except you won't get lonely, because I found his big brother. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Found this one in Maryland's. This is a much bigger version and in much better condition as well. He's got a lovely carved head to him. He's got the little bit of, I don't know, I don't think it's ivory, I don't know. I wouldn't like to think what that is, but he's cool, and he's also a nice upper arm one. Very Cleopatra. So he's cool. So look, they've got friends. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice? It's nice. Lovely. Couple more brooches and then a couple of rings, and then we're on to the final few. This is quite pretty. Right, there's a little story behind this one. So this is Our Lady of La Salette, which is a little French village, and in 1846 two boys had the sighting of the Virgin Mary in this town, and so they've been making like little shrine and like little tokens like this ever since. So I love that it's like this little swallow, and then that's the little coin with Our Lady on it. Like, I think some religious things are quite cool, because obviously that comes from like a little bit of French folklore in a way. Some more alpaca Mexico. This one I really like because it looked like a sunrise or sunset. So we've got the abalone inlay, and then this really nice fine wood. It's gorgeous. It's really lovely and smooth. There you go, signed alpaca Mexico on the back. Nobody tried to tell me that this one was silver, thankfully. But yeah, lovely. Isn't it like a sunrise or sunset? Lush. This ring is bonkers, and I just had to. I just put modernist glasses. There's no maker on it. Reverse image search comes up with nothing particular, but it's bonkers, isn't it? It's adjustable, thankfully, as well. But there's something really kind of unusual, gothic, industrial, modernist, brutalist, all the ists. It's an ist, it's ringist. That's what it is. And it's crazy cool, because why not? Again, remember when we were all dressing up, you know, in glass brutalist? Yeah. This one is one that I really can't find. So I think the signature says V Lusche, Lusce, and then it says New York stroke Amsterdam. It's silver plated and it's got this lovely green stone in there, green glass stone, which is slightly banded. Looks more gold plated today. Yeah, it is. It's more gold plated. When I was polishing up yesterday, I was like, oh, it's silver, but no, it's definitely more gold plated. And you can see the copper coming through, especially on the inside. But yeah. Or maybe it says deluxe. Maybe I've been... Do you know what? I could have been reading that all wrong. Because from here it says deluxe. I was looking at it too close. I should have just looked at it from far away, because that definitely says a deluxe, doesn't it? I wonder if I have a quick... Right. Deluxe Jewellery. It's just going to come up with like lots of... Okay. I will look at that up properly, because that's I've only just know that definitely says deluxe. What was that? Because I did actually find something by that name, like a cigarette case or something. I was like, oh, this is strange, but okay, no, that should be a lot easier to look up. There we go. See, we're learning together. Right, last bits now. Last bits. Okay, a brooch. Yes, it's a brooch. But I thought this was just a lot of fun. We've just had Beaujolais Day. Well, I say just, in November sometime, wasn't it? But this will be ready for next year then. So they're fun. Two old French guys celebrating the wine, the fresh wine, by getting absolutely pissed. Because look at them, they're holding each other up. Do they look like your dads? Hilarious. I love that. So much fun. Can you see it? Can you see? Move it there. There we go. Now you can see it. And then on a more serious note, I got this for myself. I do love a political-esque kind of badge. If you remember, 2015, the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo had a terrorist attack on it. And, you know, there was obviously fundraising merchandise and stuff. And I saw this and I was like, right, that's to add to my collection of, you know, things that happened in history badges. So, yep, that's for me. That is for me. Je suis Charlie. Oh, so this was my, it's not Rousselet. I thought I had found something. I mean, I found Rousselet, what, twice now? Not in France. You'd think you go to France and it'd be dripping off the trees. No, how rude. How rude. Anyway, this is just one clip-on earring. But there is a hole there. So it is quite possible to make that into a pendant. And I think it would be a nicer pendant. So it's possible to just like clip those off and then have that as a pendant. What do you think? Or as a dress clip. Like that would be nice at the top of a dress, like pointing down towards your heart. Anyway, it does say made in France. I put it on the Rousselet like discussion board, and they were like, oh, we don't think it's Rousselet. We think it might be this like Madeleine something, and I can't remember, who is quite similar to Rousselet. So it's possible that it's that person. But it is quite lovely. I think it's gold filled, like by the colour of it as well. Certainly more than just gold plated. And yeah, I really thought it would have been, because Rousselet does like nice pearls and stuff, and but never mind. I love it though, because it is a, you know, it's like a Cupid's arrow, and it's really cute. What am I doing? Putting it back in there. Don't put it back in. But yeah, I love it, even though it's not Rousselet. It's fine. I will forgive it. I will forgive. One last pair of earrings, because they're fabulous. I think, again, these are 80s. These are 80s does deco. Look at the plastic on this. Oh my God. Look at the iridescence. The orange down to pink. Tell me you don't love them. You love them. I know you love them, because they are amazing. You are so jealous of my earrings right now. I don't even know where to put them. Put them there. But they are so cool. I know, I know. Right, the hunt for Bakelite continued. Not with this, but I do think this is Galalith. Galalith, which is like the French, European version of Bakelite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no seams on it. There's carving marks, like as in it's been cut and carved out. But yeah, I think this is Galalith. Galalith is has milk solids in it, which I know is quite strange, and that's what made me think it is, because it's got this kind of not quite, see, plastic is a more solid look. Again, this sort of like the difference between the acrylic and the lucite. There's a difference in feeling between this and Bakelite and acrylic. So yeah, I just get the feeling, and the color is right for Galalith as well. And you'll see why in a minute. And then the hunt for Bakelite continued and ended with some Bakelite. Hooray! 2 bits of Bakelite actually from 2 different places, but they happily kind of go nice together. This one is the one that I bought from Le Pousse Canal, so from the flea market. So yes, it has got, someone's given that to a dog or something, and it's got some bites in it, I don't know. But these two go quite well together, even though I found them in 2 places. This one is slightly fatter than that one, but that's fine. But yes, if you, let's do it now. Let's rub, 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 and sniff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. People say they don't like the smell. I love the smell. I think it's really nice. But yeah, hapus iawn, 2 Bakelite bangles, and the same colour. Win-win. Something rude, I did end up getting the cards. Nudie cards. There's only 32 cards in there, which means that whoever had them, they had a particular bunch of ladies that they really liked and they wanted to keep. But yeah. Oh, then they look happy. Lovely. Lovely. Nudie ladies. It's just kind of fun. It's a shame it's not a complete pack. They're not worth a ton anyway. But I'm like, wow, it's just silly, isn't it? Don't be offended. It's only the naked body. It's okay. Right, last 3 things. They're all necklaces. They're all gorgeous. Be jealous. Stop being jealous. Now, okay, so first one. This is Art Deco Czechoslovakian glass. It is stunning. It is a fly. That, I think, is a Czechoslovakian clasp rather than a French one, just because, again, on the Rousselet like Facebook group the other day, they were showing the differences in clasps, and that was very similar to like the Czechoslovakian one that they put up. And also I just get the feeling that this is Czechoslovakian glass. It's definitely Art Deco. There is a little bit of a chunk taken out there, but would you really notice when you're wearing it? I wouldn't, because I would be looking at that beautiful shape there. Absolutely stunning. And what a colour on it as well. This gorgeous bright red. And it's quite funny, like, so I bought this one in Marilyn's, and I was like, oh, I love the bug. And she was like, bug? What is bug? What is bug? And I was like, bug, you know, like, bzzz, like, ah. And then she said the word for, like, flies. And I was like, yes, bug. And so it was just quite funny. I was like, bring me more bugs, more bugs. Okay, this one, you're going to be really pleased with me. You are going to be really pleased. So you know how I said about Galalith, and it had like a certain kind of frosty milkiness to it, and I'll be able to show you Why I think it's Gallolith? That's because I've got this. That's Gallolith. It's Art Deco. In fact, it's Bauhaus. And you are correct in thinking that this is indeed some Jakob Bengal. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, yes. I haven't had a look through the book yet, but I mean, that has got all of the hallmarks of being Jakob Bengal. The links, the shapes, the clasp, the Gallolith, everything. That it definitely is. I will 100% say that that is definitely Jakob Bengal. And so super chuffed. And do you see what I mean by like the kind of like milkiness in a way of the plastic? Yeah, yeah. Now it was very difficult for that not to be my absolute favorite thing. Now the way I figure it is that the favorite thing tends to be the thing that I go back and I look at again, and then I pack it up again, and then I look at it again, and then I pack it up again, and then I look at it again. And that's what's happened with this one. So again, this is Czech glass. It's green glass, but it's not uranium glass, okay? But isn't she beautiful? So again, reverse carved, beautiful. Look at that detail on that rose. Again, Art Deco. Stunning. And then all of these beautiful glass beads with this lovely detail. Look at that detail on there. Absolutely stunning. And it's really nice and long with all these glass tubes as well. No clasp on it. So you just put it on straight over the head. And I've had it wrapped up in bubble wrap because I'm like, please be delicate, be careful with me. But yeah, I just keep going back and looking at it and going like, oh my God. Just stunning. I can imagine something like that being in like Downton Abbey, you know, that kind of thing to be worn. That's for a costume department, that for sure. Or a museum, you know, whatever you like. Right, just over an hour. I think we've done well there. So this is part 1 of 2, not part 2 of 4. I hope you have enjoyed. Please, you know, do that if you'd like to. And if there's been something here that you fancy, please do message me. My email address is always in the description box underneath this video. So yeah, join me again pretty soon for part 2. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Au revoir.